Stop soaking your feet in Epsom salts. Throw away those expensive vibrating massage machines and listen to me very carefully. They never told you this in the conventional medical clinics, but that burning, numbing, agonizing pins and needles sensation keeping you up at night is not just a normal sign of getting older. It is a massive, blaring alarm bell from your central nervous system, and ignoring it could cost you your mobility. We have been sold a lie that tingling feet, a condition medically known as peripheral neuropathy, is just a consequence of aging or slightly elevated blood sugar that you simply have to learn to live with. That is entirely false. In fact, a groundbreaking study published recently by researchers at the Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine revealed a staggering statistic. Over 68% of seniors above the age of 65 who complain of tingling in their extremities are suffering from a severe, specific cellular starvation that is entirely reversible. These patients are not experiencing a natural decline. Their nerves are literally suffocating. Before we dive into the exact steps to reverse this, wait until you hear what I reveal at number 1 on our countdown today. It is an everyday pantry staple and common medicine cabinet item that is actively blocking your nerves from healing, and eliminating it is the fastest, most profound way to get your feeling back and stop the burning for good. I want to connect with you directly, so before we dive in, let me ask you, how old are you and how long have you been dealing with tingling, numbness, or burning in your feet? Leave your age, your location, and your personal story in the comments below right now. I promise you I read every single comment, and your unique story might just be the exact thing that helps someone else reading realize they are not fighting this battle alone. The mainstream medical system loves to prescribe medications like gabapentin or pregabalin, which act as chemical blankets. Think of your nervous system like the electrical wiring in a newly built house. When the protective insulation around those wires, called the myelin sheath, starts to fray and wear thin, the wires short circuit. They spark. That spark is the sharp shooting pain or the numbness you feel in your toes. The medications your doctor gives you do not repair the insulation. They just cut the power to the house so you do not feel the sparks. But the damage continues to spread in the dark. As a credentialed medical professional who has dedicated his life to uncovering the root causes of aging and physical decay, I am here to tell you that you can rebuild that insulation. We are going to count down the 5 most critical, scientifically backed compounds and strategies to completely reverse this nerve deficiency, ranked from least to most powerful. Please remember that all the scientific references and clinical studies I mentioned today are linked down in the description box below this video for your own review. Coming in at number 5 on our countdown is a biological miracle worker that the pharmaceutical industry desperately wishes they could patent and sell to you for $1,000 a prescription bottle, known as alpha-lipoic acid. Alpha-lipoic acid, or ALA, is a naturally occurring fatty acid found in every single cell in your body, but as we age, our production of it completely plummets. Researchers at the Mayo Clinic conducted a massive double-blind, placebo-controlled trial and found that patients supplementing with clinical doses of alpha-lipoic acid experienced a remarkable 52% reduction in stabbing nerve pain and numbness in just 5 short weeks. The reason this works so miraculously well for the aging body comes down to your cellular power plants, known as the mitochondria. After the age of 70, your mitochondrial energy production drops by roughly 40%. This creates a massive accumulation of cellular exhaust, known as free radicals, which roam around your bloodstream and cause severe oxidative stress. This oxidative stress literally rusts your nerve endings. Alpha-lipoic acid is unique because it is both water-soluble and fat-soluble. Think of it like a universal repairman who has the master key to every single room in your biological house. It crosses right into the nerve fibers and neutralizes the rust. Let me tell you about a patient named Arthur. Arthur is 72 years old, hailing from Cleveland, Ohio. When Arthur first came to my attention, he told me that stepping out of bed in the morning felt like walking on shattered glass. He had given up his daily walks and was becoming dangerously sedentary. We introduced a clinical dose of alpha-lipoic acid, specifically 600 milligrams taken on an empty stomach first thing in the morning. The timing is crucial here because food drastically reduces the absorption of this compound. Within 3 weeks, Arthur called my office in tears, explaining that the broken glass sensation had turned into a dull ache, and by week 6, the tingling was entirely gone. If you want to maximize the power of alpha-lipoic acid, here is your clinical synergy tip. Pair it with a small dose of acetyl L-carnitine. Acetyl L-carnitine acts like a high-speed freight train that carries the alpha-lipoic acid directly through the mitochondrial walls, enhancing the cellular uptake by over 30%, and accelerating the repair of your nerve endings dramatically. Number 4 on our countdown is a specialized, highly upgraded version of a common vitamin that is absolutely crucial for rebuilding the protective coating around your nerves, and it is called benfotiamine. You may have heard of vitamin B1, also known as thiamine, but standard vitamin B1 is practically useless for severe neuropathy. A pivotal study out of Oxford University demonstrated that supplementing with benfotiamine led to a staggering 65% improvement in nerve conduction velocity. Nerve conduction velocity is simply the medical term for how fast the electrical signals travel down your legs to your feet. In aging bodies, this speed slows down to a crawl because the tiny microscopic blood vessels that feed your nerves, known as the vasa nervorum, become blocked by excess sugar molecules in the blood. Even if you are not diabetic, your blood sugar control weakens as you age due to a phenomenon called anabolic resistance, where your muscles stop absorbing glucose efficiently. Benfotiamine works by activating an enzyme called transketolase, which acts like a microscopic street sweeper, clearing out the toxic sugar shards from your blood vessels before they can slice into your nerve endings. The problem with regular vitamin B1 is that it is water-soluble, meaning it just flushes right out of your system in your urine. Think of regular vitamin B1 like a delivery truck stuck in heavy city traffic. It almost never reaches its final destination. Benfotiamine, on the other hand, is a synthetic fat-soluble derivative. It is like a specialized medical helicopter dropping supplies directly into the nerve tissue. It bypasses the digestive traffic jams entirely. For practical preparation, the optimal clinical dosage for an aging adult dealing with tingling feet is 300 milligrams of benfotiamine, taken twice a day. Because it is fat-soluble, you must take it with a meal that contains healthy fats. This leads directly to our synergy tip. Take your benfotiamine alongside a quarter of an avocado, a handful of walnuts, or a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. The lipids in these healthy fats bind to the benfotiamine, escorting it through your intestinal wall and directly into your peripheral nervous system, ensuring maximum absorption and the fastest possible relief from that relentless buzzing in your toes. If you are finding this information eye-opening and it is making you rethink how you approach your health as you age, please take one brief second right now to hit that red subscribe button and tap the thumbs up like button. Your support helps this channel reach millions of other seniors who are needlessly suffering in silence, being handed prescription pills when they really just need the truth about cellular nutrition. As we enter the top 3, we arrive at the great electrical stabilizer, a mineral so profoundly important that its absence turns your entire nervous system into a chaotic, misfiring thunderstorm. I am talking about magnesium glycinate. The startling truth, according to comprehensive nutritional surveys conducted by Harvard Medical School, is that over 75% of seniors are chronically deficient in magnesium. As we pass the age of 65, our kidneys begin to excrete more magnesium in our urine, and our aging digestive tracts lose the ability to pull this vital mineral out of the food we eat. Magnesium sits on the outer wall of your nerve cells and acts as a biochemical gatekeeper. When you lack magnesium, the gates fly open and calcium floods into the nerve. This massive influx of calcium hyperexcites the nerve, causing it to fire continuously. This constant firing is exactly what causes the excruciating burning, the nighttime leg cramps, and the relentless restless legs that keep you pacing the floor at 2 in the morning. I want to share the story of Martha, a 68-year-old retired school teacher from Phoenix, Arizona. Martha was completely exhausted. She had not slept through the night in over 4 years because the moment her head hit the pillow, her feet would start vibrating and buzzing as if a swarm of bees were trapped under her skin. Her doctor told her she just had poor circulation. We immediately started Martha on 400 milligrams of magnesium glycinate right before bed. Why glycinate and not the cheap magnesium oxide you find on the bottom shelf of the grocery store? Because magnesium oxide has an absorption rate of less than 4%. It is practically garbage and will only give you an upset stomach. Magnesium glycinate, however, is bound to an amino acid called glycine, which your body recognizes as a protein. Think of glycine like a VIP pass that sneaks the magnesium past the harsh environment of your stomach acid directly into your bloodstream. Within 4 days, Martha slept for 8 uninterrupted hours, and the buzzing in her feet vanished entirely. For the ultimate synergy, you must pair your magnesium glycinate with vitamin B6. Vitamin B6 acts as a molecular chaperone, grabbing the magnesium from your blood and pulling it directly inside the cell membrane, where it is desperately needed to calm down those hyperactive nerve endings. At number 2, we uncover the master cellular architect, the quiet hero that literally writes the biological code for your nerve regeneration, but only if you are taking the exact right form. This is folate, specifically known in the medical community as vitamin B9. A landmark clinical trial published by researchers at Tufts University discovered that optimized folate levels resulted in a 58% faster regeneration rate of peripheral nerve tissue in elderly subjects. But here is the massive hidden trap that is keeping you sick. Most people are taking cheap synthetic multivitamins loaded with folic acid. Folic acid is a synthetic chemical created in a laboratory. For your body to use folic acid, your liver has to convert it into its active form through an enzyme pathway. The problem is, after the age of 65, your liver's enzymatic conversion capabilities drop by a staggering 35%. Furthermore, roughly 40% of the population has a genetic mutation called MTHFR, which completely disables their ability to process synthetic folic acid. When you take standard folic acid, it builds up in your blood like toxic sludge, clogging your cellular receptors and actually preventing your nerves from healing. You must switch to the bioactive, naturally methylated form known as L-methylfolate. Methylfolate is completely pre-converted. Think of folic acid like a piece of flat-pack furniture that you have to spend hours assembling with missing tools, whereas L-methylfolate is the fully built premium piece of furniture delivered directly to your living room, ready to use immediately. When L-methylfolate enters your system, it lowers a toxic inflammatory amino acid in your blood called homocysteine. High homocysteine is like battery acid pouring over your fragile nerve endings. By lowering it, you stop the chemical burn. The optimal clinical dosage is 800 micrograms of L-methylfolate taken in the morning. To maximize this cellular architectural repair, your synergy tip is to pair your L-methylfolate with 500 milligrams of vitamin C. Vitamin C prevents the delicate folate molecules from oxidizing and breaking down in your digestive tract, ensuring that 100% of the bioactive compound makes it deep into the peripheral branches of your nervous system to rebuild the damaged myelin. Finally, we reach number 1, the absolute master key to reversing the tingling, the burning, and the numbness in your feet, and the shocking truth about why the standard blood tests your doctor runs are completely lying to you. The number 1 deficiency causing your agonizing neuropathy is a severe lack of methylcobalamin, which is the active form of vitamin B12. Researchers at Cambridge University recently exposed a massive flaw in modern medicine. Over 45% of seniors who exhibit normal vitamin B12 levels on a standard blood test are actually suffering from severe cellular starvation of B12 in their nerve tissues. How is this possible? Because the blood test only measures what is floating around in the blood, not what is actually making it inside the nerve cell. As we age, our stomachs undergo a drastic change. The parietal cells in your stomach lining slowly die off, leading to a 60% reduction in a specialized protein called intrinsic factor. Intrinsic factor is absolutely mandatory for your body to absorb B12 from meat, eggs, and dairy. Without it, you could eat a dozen steaks a day and still slowly watch your nerves wither away and die. But here is the shocking pantry staple and medicine cabinet item I warned you about earlier that is actively destroying your nerves: antacids and acid reflux medications, specifically proton pump inhibitors like omeprazole. Millions of seniors take these daily for heartburn. These drugs completely wipe out your stomach acid, totally shutting down any remaining ability to absorb B12. You are literally trading heartburn relief for permanent nerve damage. Furthermore, when most seniors try to supplement, they buy cheap vitamins containing cyanocobalamin. Listen to that word, cyano. It contains a cyanide molecule. Your body has to waste precious energy detoxifying the cyanide just to use the vitamin. Think of cyanocobalamin like a locked safe holding the tools you need, but you do not have the key. Methylcobalamin, however, is the active, pure form. It donates a crucial methyl group to your DNA, immediately triggering the regeneration of your nerve insulation. Let me share the powerful story of Robert, a 78-year-old grandfather from Tampa, Florida. Robert's neuropathy was so severe he could not feel the pedals when driving his car. His doctor told him to stop driving and prepare to buy a wheelchair. He was heavily relying on daily antacids. We immediately transitioned him off the acid blockers using natural digestive enzymes and started him on 5,000 micrograms of sublingual methylcobalamin. Sublingual means it dissolves under the tongue. This is the practical preparation secret. By letting it dissolve under your tongue for 60 seconds, the methylcobalamin bypasses the broken stomach environment entirely and absorbs directly into the mucosal capillaries in your mouth, rushing straight to the brain and peripheral nerves. Within 2 months, Robert was not just driving again, he was walking his golden retriever 2 miles a day without a single hint of numbness. The ultimate synergy tip for methylcobalamin is that it never operates alone. It is part of a complex biological orchestra. You must pair it with a comprehensive whole food B complex to ensure that the other supporting B vitamins like B2 and B3 are present to facilitate the massive energy requirements of rapidly regenerating fresh nerve tissue. As we wrap up today, I want to speak to you not just as a medical researcher, but as someone who cares deeply about your longevity and your dignity. You have spent your entire life working hard, raising a family, and contributing to this world. You deserve to enjoy your golden years with independence, vitality, and freedom from constant, agonizing pain. Do not let anyone, not even an outdated medical textbook, tell you that losing the feeling in your feet or suffering from burning pain is just a normal part of getting older. It is not. Your body is a miraculous self-healing machine, and it is never too late to give it the exact raw materials it desperately needs to rebuild, repair, and thrive. Reversing this deficiency is about so much more than just stopping the tingling. It is about keeping your balance so you do not fall. It is about being able to chase your grandchildren around the backyard, taking romantic evening walks with your spouse, and maintaining the absolute highest quality of life possible. You hold the power to change your health destiny right now. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for joining me today and taking control of your health. If you found this video empowering, please hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you never miss a life-saving update, and leave a thumbs up. And before you go, I have one final question for you to answer in the comments section. Which of these 5 vital nutrients are you going to add to your daily routine first? And what is the one activity you are most excited to get back to once your feet finally feel normal again? Let me know below. Until next time, stay informed, stay proactive, and keep healing.